Hey, what's happening everybody? This is Royce from Pedal Metal. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be reviewing a Greenlight Hollywood Edition 1/43rd scale Mad Max 1973 Ford Falcon, the last of the V8 Interceptors. And we will get right into it. Here we have the packaging. It looks pretty cool. I like the back of the package. And we'll go ahead here and open it up. Pretty excited about this. I love the case. This new case, I've never seen one like this before. It has rounded edges, is really nice. Unfortunately, the top of the case has some scratches, but that could probably be polished out. Been waiting a while for this. Pretty excited about it. It's got a few fingerprints on it, and so let me go ahead here and I'll take it off the stand and we'll take a close look at it. Alright, here we go. This is it. This is the 1/43rd scale Mad Max 1 Interceptor in all of its glory. And boy, is it looking good. This thing is absolutely awesome for the money. So we'll go ahead here and take a closer look at it. I'm going to try not to lose my voice. I have not been feeling very well. Excuse me. So if my voice goes in and out, I apologize. We have a two-piece headlight system in the front. The covers are separate pieces of plastic from the headlights, and I think they did a really admirable job. The driving lights are just painted in, but they still look really well done, and the placement and everything looks good. The spoiler looks good. Moving on to the sides, you have the main Force Patrol Maintain Right emblems on the fenders. A lot of people think they say Interceptor, but if my memory serves me correctly, they were actually the hero car in the first movie. I'm pretty sure it said Maintain Right in this emblem here on the side. The zoomy pipes look good. All it would need is take a black pen and go in there in the exit holes, and that would look good as is. The front end, the motor looks good. The V8 supercharger, they have the intake is painted in black there. All you'd have to do to detail this would paint the supercharger belt and you're done. Has the correct black painted hood pins. The satin black pinstripes around all the sections that are painted, and it's all done correctly, because it actually swoops around the fender flares, goes down the sills and then out the back, and it's going to be hard to see that, but there's a minor pinstripe that runs along, and then the whole back is also satin black. You have the main Force Patrol license plate. Everything looks as it should on this, and I think for under a $20 car, this thing is impressive. It really is. We have the blue police beacon in there. It's kind of hard to see in the interior there, but they do have the stick shift, and I believe the button there for the blower assembly. They have the single driver's side mirror. Of course, this is a right-hand drive, being Australian, if you're unfamiliar with the Mad Max cars. The other thing I'm going to do, probably detail it, is use my chrome marker and make a mirror or some foil, and make a mirror there for it. This has separate wiper arms. Really impressive for the money. This is, I hate to say it, but it's darn near auto art quality. I should probably closer to Mini Champs, I'd say, in quality. Has the correct 8-spoke Sunraysia wheels, the back ones. The design's a little wonky, I think, on the design of the molds that they use for those, but at least we have the BFG licensed tires on the 1/18 scale, and I believe the 1/24 scale as well. Both of those I have from Greenlight do not have the correct BFG tires. They're not even lettered, and they look pretty horrendous. I will do a shot of all my Greenlight Mad Max cars together here then at the end, just for something to do, basically. We'll bring in Auto Art's Mad Max 2 vehicle, and we'll take a, just for something to do, we'll take a look at compare the difference in size. Basically, they're, I'd say, pretty much the same size. Looking at it from the side here, the window openings look a little bit larger to me on the Auto Art than the Greenlight. I hope that Greenlight does produce a Mad Max 2 version of the car, because so it's available to everybody, because obviously the Auto Art set was pretty expensive. Back in the day, I was able to get the set, I think, for like $55, and now you're not going to touch that set for, I think, well over $100 and some now, if you can even find one. And if you're unfamiliar with that set, it also comes with the Enemy car, which is a Ford Landau, which is this one here. Really cool. I do have a video reviewing all these. Look at the detail on that sucker, which I could put the link up. I have it somewhere. It's on my channel here from years ago. But I just wanted to show the difference here. I think, obviously, the Auto Art, the paint quality on this is about as good as you're going to get. I mean, it's spectacular, to be honest, as it should. And they have more detail in the interior, such as the reddish brown Bakelite colored knob in there for the blower switch and all that stuff. But I think the Greenlight, I have to say, I'm super impressed by it. Let's get this one out of the way. Look how good the zoomy pipes are on the Auto Art. Really cool. It's got a separate blower belt and all that. It's really nice. Really nice. Let's get back to the Greenlight. This thing is well worth the money. I paid $20 for it with free shipping, as I might have stated earlier. That was from eBay. And I tell you what, I think it could put the price point about $50, and I think people would pay that, because it's that nicely done. Now, this is static, so you can't open any. The hood doesn't open, or the bonnet, as they say overseas, doesn't really do anything. It does roll, but the Auto Art's the same way. Excuse me, the Auto Art, you cannot. That's static as well. So I think they did a bang-up job on this. Greenlight, the paint's usually orange peeled a little bit on their paint, but that's just due to the fact that they're probably rushing quality, to get them out the door. But I have to say, I highly recommend this one, opposed to the 917 I had reviewed recently, when I said I would probably pass on that one. Which was, I did find out since that was a Mini Champs mold, I believe, that they used, but it's not that great, in person anyway. But this here is freaking fabulous. So if you're a fan like I am of the Mad Max movies, you definitely got to pick this one up, because it's awesome. So here, I'll get some shots of all of my scales from Greenlight together, and if you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to share with your friends and family. And if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. The bell gives you the notifications of upcoming videos. I do all kinds of videos from do-it-yourself stuff for one-to-one scale vehicles to reviewing toys and also customizing Hot Wheels. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Alright, as promised, here's a shot of all my Greenlight Mad Max 1 Interceptor vehicles. We have on this side over here, this is the 1/18th. That one is about 11.5 inches long if you're unfamiliar with scales. We have the 1/24th scale, which is, I believe this one is about 7 inches long. And then we have the 1/43rd scale, which is, I think, just about 5 inches long. And then we have the 1/64 scale, which is just about 3 inches long. So if you guys are unfamiliar with scales and you always want to see up next to each other, there you go. And like I stated earlier, the 1/24 scale and the 1/18th do not have lettered tires, and yeah, the 1/64 does not as well. So that's kind of a bummer, but either way, I think for the prices of these Greenlight, I think it's awesome that they're offering these though to individuals, because not everybody can afford the auto art cars, which I fully understand. I know I have to scrimp together my money to be able to afford some of the auto arts that I do have, but you never lose money on the auto arts. All the ones I have of the auto art vehicles have nearly tripled in value over the years. Some doubled, some tripled, some quadrupled, so you can't go wrong. But the Greenlight is more accessible to everybody. The quality's not going to be on par to the auto art vehicles, but this is just awesome that everybody can now get a hold of a Mad Max Interceptor without having to do really anything to convert one over. So it's really exciting time right now, I think, for die-cast cars. And I think the manufacturers are starting to realize that people still like the die-cast cars over the resin. And I'm kind of hoping that the die-cast cars start coming back a little more than the resin in the larger scale vehicles. All right, until next time, I'll see you guys later. All right, bye now.